Jellyneo has been a staple in the Neopets community, offering a wealth of knowledge in Neopets news, Battledome, and the economy. While Jellyneo generally gives good info on the vast majority of the economy, it fails at pricing anything expensive and can be easily manipulated to force inflation notices on particular items. How Jellyneo prices items is simple. If an item is less than 1 million, it is clearly searchable by Shop Wizard and will be priced based on that result. If an item is more than 1 million, Jellyneo really only has one source of truth to figure out the price: the trading post. Anyone can post their items with the trading post and set their price at anything since it's based on a text note at the bottom of the trade. Jellyneo aggregates this information in the trading post history section and attempts to read the price dictated in the text note. This forms the basis of truth, but it poses a problem that I will better illustrate with the following image. This is a typical stock ticker order book. This represents all the orders of people buying a stock, the bid in the red box, and all the orders of people selling a stock, the ask in the green box. You read both columns from top to bottom. For example, the first row says the most a buyer is willing to pay for a share of this stock is $576.42, while the lowest price a seller is willing to sell for a share of this stock is $576.52. Stocks are sold when there is a bid that matches an ask and the order disappears from both the bid and ask side once it's filled. Unsurprisingly, this means bids will generally be slightly under the current price of the stock, and asks will generally be slightly over the current price of the stock. Stock markets will have this information publicly available, so it's easy to verify. The key here is that the current price reflects the price of previous transactions that were sold. Not bids, not asks, but sold. Bringing this back to the world of Neopets, Jellyneo does not have an easy way to validate what's been sold. They can see trading post records, but there are no records of sale. Trading posts can be canceled at any time and reposted without indicating a sale. Jellyneo also obviously does not have the offers on these trading posts, the bids. The only thing Jellyneo has are the asks, or the seller's written notes on how much they want for each item. Going back to our previous order book, we know the price is based on what's sold. But what if we don't have that information anymore and we hide all the bids? As the stocks sell, the next ask will invariably be higher than the previous. If we were to use the asks as a price, after just selling the last few orders, the price would have gone up by almost 40 cents a share. Of course, in stocks, hundreds of orders are processed in a second, so a few minutes of this and the shares would have increased in price significantly. Not only that, what if people knew their asks would dictate the price? Everyone could price their stock at 1,000 a share and the price of the stock will show up as 1,000 a share. In the real world, this would be a financial crisis that threatens the legitimacy of our economy. While this is just a typical day in Neopia, Jellyneo keeps only the asks of the order book, the trading post, and verifies price with only this information. The result is that people can easily price their items at incrementally higher values over time. When cheaper items are exchanged, new trades are priced at the higher value since most people generally review other available trades and follow suit when pricing their items. This problem is exacerbated when there are very few of these items available at all. For example, a R99 stamp. This is a nibbled cooking pot stamp, valued at $130 million by Jellyneo. And here are two recent auctions, one closing at $60 million as a Neopian auction, so it is a direct sale, and one failing to find any bidders at $78 million. If this stamp was truly worth $130 million, then there will be plenty of people trying to bid at $78 million and sell at $130 million. Following the rules of the stock market though, the stamp is likely worth $60 million and not $130 million. If we look at the trading post history, you can see pages and pages of history, but most of it are the same group of users relisting it. You can even see it on the side, which says there are only 33 unique users posting, but 428 postings recorded in the last 90 days. These few stamp owners are posting trades that generally say lowest, or Neomail me, who will then likely say Jellyneo is valuing at $130 million, but they can give you a great deal at $110 million instead. But the real price is the price when there is both a seller and buyer, and that price is $60 million. I have been tracking sale prices for higher-end items whenever I have a bit of time, and the price is always lower than what Jellyneo has posted. Here are a few examples from recent sales. On the left is the auction post, and on the right is the price on Jellyneo. There are many more examples of this for the high-end items like R99 stamps, and so a lot of caution is required if you are trying to buy these stamps. So we have identified the problem. People post incrementally higher values on the trading post, which registers as a higher price because Jellyneo uses this information to value items. And scarce items become inflated through this process as a result. What's the solution? Just like the stock market, the auction is the closest thing we have to a sold price, rather than an ask price. Each auction has a lot number tied to it, and so there could potentially be a record of bids and sold price available, so this can be data that could be used to track prices instead. Of course, this is theoretical as Jellyneo likely does not have access to this information. Perhaps Neopets themselves don't actually keep the data. But it is possible to record this data after some website updates and use it as the item price, as it would be a major improvement to the economy. Otherwise, items that are of limited supply or being held by groups of Neopians with major wealth will continue to be inflated beyond everyone else's control. Please feel free to comment your thoughts on this. I'm always happy to chat. If there are any particular topics you would like me to delve into, please just let me know. Also, please like and subscribe if you like this kind of info. I want to publish more economy-related info on Neopets and guides to help everyone, so I would highly appreciate your support.